Greetings again, gang. Okay, bring this one, solutions. Sometimes we need them, okay? We have all talked about something's got to be done. What the hell are we going to do? We can't just sit on the couch being keyboard warriors and doing whatever. Y'all know we put together a Freedom Gathering back earlier this year, something like 13,000 people. So, and we got some good things accomplished. Voodoo Queen got completely involved and actually made a difference, got some stuff done. I don't know what other people got done, but that was one that I know she made a huge difference on. So things can change if people get involved, okay? Now, when we started Freedom Gathering, we were a small group and didn't have a whole bunch of reach. But there's groups that are bigger than us that have definitely started to make some change. Now, if any of you guys are familiar with who Patriot Nurse is, she did an exceptional video last night. I would urge you guys to go watch it. I'll actually link it below here. I'd like you guys to see that one. If you know who she is, wonderful. If not, definite person you'd want to listen to. But she was talking about an organization called Convention of States. And I've looked into this. People have asked me about it before. It seems to be getting a little bit of traction again. Convention of States has been around as an organization since 2013. So it's not like there's something new. But if you all are familiar with Article 5 of the Constitution, it is a way for the people to challenge, combat, however you want to put it, the federal government and all the overreach they have, okay? Congress and the president are not the only organizations that can amend the Constitution, okay? The people can too. Now, the Founding Fathers put this in the Constitution, Article 5, in the Convention of States, specifically because they knew someday, somewhere down the road, that the federal government would overreach, would get too big, would get too dictatorial and tyrannical, okay? It's kind of the same reason part of the Second Amendment is in there. Remember, enemies, foreign and domestic, okay? So, the Constitution was written for the people to be able to control the government, not the other way around. And we have got to a point where the government is trying to control the people. So, Convention of States, what is it? Well, basically, if you have 34 states, okay, so you need 2/3 of the states, to call for a convention of the states, then you will have it, okay? You need to have representatives from each state. Primarily would be the governors, okay? Now, what it would take to pass an amendment is 38 states would have to ratify any sort of amendment. Now, the Convention of States organization is not trying to put anything together like, oh, gee, we want to overturn Roe v. Wade or anything like that. No, the Convention of States is very specific on what they want to do. This organization is trying to get limited government, okay? They want to reduce the power of the federal government. They want to be able to give more of the powers back to the individual states, and they want to put term limits on Congress. All things that I absolutely agree with. I talked to you about still thinking about running for Congress myself. Those are all things that I would absolutely believe in, okay? They're not a problem. Career politicians, I explained to you how you want to be a career politician. You start state, you go federal, you go Senate, you become VP, you become governor, you become president. You want to be a career politician? Good. You continue to grow your career, if you will, like anybody in the private sector does. You don't keep the same job for 47 years, okay? I.e. the current potato in the White House. But so like I said, this has been around conventionofstates.com, okay? That's where it is, okay? Is open to anybody in the United States, any citizen can join this organization. Looked into it, not a problem. But what the reach is, what have they accomplished? And actually quite a bit. I'll give you this. Like I said, need 34 states to call for a convention of states. Okay, literally it would happen. Okay, these are the states that have already signed on and are agreeing to having a convention of states: Alaska, Arizona, Utah, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Indiana, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Now, obviously that's not 34. These states have already passed it through one of the two houses of Congress in each one of their respective states: New Mexico, South Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin, West Virginia, Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Okay, now we're getting closer. These states have it on the docket to be debated this year, whether or not it happens, but at least it's on the docket. Washington, Montana, Wyoming, Nebraska, Kansas, Minnesota, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts, Maine, Maryland, and Jersey. Okay, if I mentioned Jersey twice, I might have. The only states that aren't interested in this are Oregon, California, Nevada, Idaho, Colorado, Missouri, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You take those 8 states that aren't interested, subtract from 50, and what do you have? 42. That would mean that if all the states that are at least considering it got on board, we could have this. Now, if you listen to where I was going, there's plenty of deep red states, there's purple states, there's blue states. There's people that want change in all of them, okay? I don't think that you have people in, pick Minnesota, a purple state, wanting to call for a convention of states because they don't want term limits, okay? Or because they don't want bigger government. And mind you, this isn't just the people. These are the state houses that have already approved this. Now, like Patriot Nurse said, there's 2 ways that this gets resolved without bloodshed. Either Congress allows for secession, balkanization, like we've all talked about, or there is a convention of states to basically restrict the powers of the federal government. Those are the only 2 options. This one, the convention of states, is much more likely, okay, much more, easier. Let's put it that way. I mean, it's not easy no matter how you do it, okay? Secession is very difficult. I mean, unless Congress goes, yeah, Texas, you want to leave, go ahead, okay? Or, yeah, the entire Southeast or however you want to do it. Yeah, they're not going to do that, okay? Though that could change too, because the Democrats go, hey, the entire Southeast wants, all those red states want to leave the Union? Great, you know what? We'll just keep all this. That might happen, okay? But in order to keep the U.S. whole, the Convention of States is pretty much the only resolve we have at this point. It's something to go look at. Like I said, please, you can sign up for it or whatever. I did. At least that will get my name. Again, putting your name out there. I know everybody's like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. Okay, I get it. If you don't want to, that's fine, but at least make yourself aware of what's going on. I'll put the link to the website in the description of this video, and I'll also put the link to Patriot Nurse's video. It's a very passionate video. Like I said, I would watch it. All right, guys, have a good Friday. Pinball out.